All right, here we go. Start the timer. It is February 4th, Wednesday, day 4 of this. 3 of these are in the books. Hope you guys have been enjoying this. It is Wednesday, hump day. That commercial with the camel. I think he actually was a dramedy because I think camel's got 2. It's like this. I think it's called a dramedy or something like that. I learned about this. We did a video on the main channel about the camel, Joe Camel, the whole history of Joe Camel. These are the rules. We're doing a video every single day here on the second channel for the month of February. They're all going to be show and tell, 10 minutes, live to tape, raw, uncut, and I don't even make a thumbnail. I just put it right up for you. So, you and I were having a genuine moment here, not a super edited moment. I do have, normally I was just wearing whatever I had on, but today I do have the jacket on and the shirt. I've been wearing this last several videos. I'm gonna have to swap it out. I usually have the white hat with this, but today going with this. I'm actually shooting the main channel video right now. I mean, it's not like I feel like I should be like, oh, you'll find out in a couple months when you see it. But no, I can just tell you it's about the Baby Ruth candy bar. History of that. Very interesting story. A wildly weird and petty story that I'm excited to tell. We have show and tell, and today I brought a book. This is I don't know the author of this book. I have no connection to this. This is just a book I found on the shelf at a store one time and loved it. And I still to this day find it to be one of the most unique books I've ever looked at. We're going to take a look at it. I will tell you, I looked earlier to see, it says here $20. I probably paid about that, but you can get a used copy very cheap. But even better, if you go to archive.org, if you're interested in this, somebody scanned the whole book and put it on there 9 years ago. And so they are not taking it down. This is called TV Sets, Fantasy Blueprints of Classic TV Homes. And I love this because this is literally blueprints of all the TV shows that I watched when I was growing up. Let me read the back here. These are the homes we grew up with in TV land. They are as familiar to us as our neighbor's den and backyard. For over 40 years, the lives of millions of Americans have been shaped by the stories of those who live here. And then they go on to mention Wally and the Beav, Gidget, Perry Mason. Very cool. It says it was done by artist Mark Bennett. Mark Bennett. I wanted to say Max Sennett. That's what I was thinking. Old Hollywood. I saw this guy get interviewed once, and I hate to say this just in case he's tuning in, but here he is. Here's his picture. I'm sorry, Mark, but I saw him get interviewed, and he just seemed so down, just like a Debbie Downer. Didn't seem like the type of person that I would imagine that would put this together, but might have been a bad day. But I saw his interview on like C-SPAN or something, and I was like, I have that book. I'm so excited. All right, we're going to take a look at some of these TV houses. The first one in here, Leave It to Beaver, I think is a great choice. The Grant Avenue house. I went to a house that I was told was the Leave It to Beaver house years ago, and I think it was the one from the movie, because the one from the TV show was on the back lot. The Cleavers' first house was at 513 Grant Avenue. I loved Leave It to Beaver. This, there's a whole description here about the show, and a very nice one, like a pair of French doors open to a patio near the rear of the living room. I love Leave It to Beaver. And what I loved was Ward Cleaver. I felt that he was the most calming presence that was on television. I felt that, like, looking at a photograph of that man just, calms you down. And I thought that he was really good. But look at this. So this is their house. Now, Leave It to Beaver famously, and I'm going to see where the bathroom is. All right, so here's Wally and Beaver's bedroom, and then here's the bathroom. Now they show in this diagram a sink. Let's see if I can point this out, because the camera's reversed, so it always looks confusing to me. There is the bathroom here. It shows a bathtub and a sink, but Leave It to Beaver, very interestingly, is the first television show to show part of a toilet. There's an episode, and I don't know what the title of the episode is, but they have a baby alligator named Cactus Jack, not Mick Foley, but Cactus Jack, and they put him in the tank, and so they only show the tank. They don't show the mixer where you sit. But they showed the tank. First show to show that, and then I don't know what the first show to actually show a toilet. I know in the Brady Bunch, they shared a bathroom, the boys and the girls. There was no toilet in their shared bathroom. I know All in the Family was probably the first one to have the toilet flush happen on the show. So this is their Pine Street house. Now, I do remember when they left. I remember when they moved. There's a whole thing where Beaver, I think it was a tree that he had planted that had grown on the land, and he was sad that he was leaving and moving, and he told everybody at school that he was moving, and they all arrived, and they sang goodbye to him, even though they only moved on the other side of town. So fun episode, fun show, and I just love how these are drawn. Like, this guy must have known what he was doing. Father Knows Best, that is a show I didn't watch very much. Donna Reed show, though. I love Donna Reed show. Donna Reed, one of the most beautiful women in Hollywood. You probably have seen her in It's a Wonderful Life, my favorite Christmas movie, I think. There's a lot of Christmas movies I love, but that's a really good one. But yeah, here's their bedroom. Separate beds, always separate beds in the old days. Which, by the way, is not a bad idea. Have separate beds. You don't have to worry about stealing the covers. You don't have to worry about if anybody has cold feet. What's this one? This is the Patty Duke show. Oh my goodness. Identical cousins. And I just love how he drew these. I have talked to people that can draw this kind of blueprints, and it is not an easy thing to do. I was wondering if it was, this is, by the way, stay tuned for the main channel, Flipper. I am definitely, there is a lot to learn about Flipper, but look at that. And then I know Gilligan's Island is in here. Let me see if I can find Gilligan's Island. There's so many great ones, though. Like, this is the Flintstones house. A blueprint of the Flintstones house. Where all their animal servants are going, it's a living. Oh, man, the home of the Cramdens. Now, I was watching, so I love the Honeymooners. I've been watching a lot of Honeymooners. I watched them New Year's Day. Used to be, they showed them on WPIX here in New Jersey. And I always remember watching it, so I associate them with New Year's Day. So I tend to watch them on New Year's Day, and I watched a bunch of them. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Here's my receipt. I went to Barnes & Noble, and I paid $19.95. I paid full price. This is all I bought. I don't know if there's any information that you could take from here. There is. Oh my goodness. They do have my card number on here. All right. Hold on. They have my card number. Now, I am sure that I do not have this Visa, but there we go. I think I covered. I hope I covered everything. I don't know what I covered. But there's Barnes & Noble. Visit us online. That's crazy that they put your whole credit card, including the expiration date and the authorization code, is printed right on the receipt. Very good. And I stick it in the book. If I, gave this to the library or the whatever, is this Gilligan's Island? No, that's the Jetsons house. So cool. Look, here's the Munsters house. This is just great. I just love this. I recommend that you guys go over and check this out in person. There is so much to see here. Wow. Look at this. This is a map of Mayberry. I mean, that's the best. That's just fantastic. So I really enjoy this book. I think it's like an easy one to just pick up and really flip through, and you look at it and it brings you back. It reminds you, it gives you that pointless nostalgia for the past. And here's the home of the Addams Family, the TV show, which I very much loved. I thought the Addams Family movies are good. I think the newer Wednesday series is good, but that old TV show, That was it, man. That was my favorite. All right. We didn't find Gilligan's Island, but we are out of time. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.